Hi, I am Pablo, and I'm an assistant professor at the Donders Institute for Brain, Cognition and Behavior in the Netherlands, and I'm going to present some work that I have been performing in the last years that is related to neuroscience-inspired perception action in robotics. It's a pleasure for me to be here in the Brain2ai workshop at the ICLR. So the idea here is to try to make the robots to perceive their body as the humans do. And why is that? Because we want a kind of adaptation that we can see in humans and animals, but still we don't have in robotics. And this idea is grounded on several works like from Helmholtz, Round Ballard, Doya, Princeton, and Clark, where we can think about perception and action as a predictive process in a system, right? So the idea here will be that you have some learned priors about your body, and then you use the observations to correct what is your estimation of your body in the world, right? So then we can have 4 questions in the robots that we want to answer. The first question would be, where is my body? Right? And this means that I want to localize my body in the world. And the next question will be how I should move, right? What are the actions or the forces that I have to exert in my joints to fulfill the goal-directed desire? Then, if we move to the awareness process, that it is a more complicated idea that is not involuntary, then we can think about the question, is this me? So the robot has to infer if this specific visual input that it's having or sensations are related to its body. And this is an amazing process that we can do it, and that's what we can just wake up every morning and look at the mirror and know that we are the reflection in the mirror. And finally, we have the most complicated question, that is, did I do it? How we know that the robot produced this effect in the environment? Okay. So to answer the first question, according to the active inference proposed by Carl Princeton, what we can do is to find some differential equations that what they will do is to minimize the variational free energy bound. And the idea in a simplification way is I want to estimate my joint angles, my body posture, and then what I will do is to do a kind of gradient descent over the error in the prediction. Here you can see an example from the pixel-based AI estimation, and where the robot thinks that it's in a different position in the space, but then by inputting directly the image pixel-wise, the robot adapts, evolves in internal representation of what is actually seen in its body. So it's the estimation problem of the body. Then we have the question of how should I move? And in this case, we can solve it in the same way. So we can compute the torque, that is the force that we have to exert in the joints, also by minimizing the variational free energy bound with some restrictions. And then we will have this kind of behaviors that we can see that was published in this paper, that is the ICAP robot performing some reaching movements that looks like an infant, and the only thing is like the equilibrium point will happen when the arms actually reach the object. Okay. Then we have the following question, that is this my body? That is more related to awareness. And here we can differentiate between movement and appearance cue. Here I have 2 experiments that I did in these 2 works. And in the first one, the robot moves the arm in order to infer if it's the effects that it's producing in the world is actually what has been learned. And in the second one is the robot now passing the mirror test with the markers using the visual appearance novelty. So thank you very much for your attention, and if you're interested in this approach, please look for me in the workshop. Thanks.